And to talk more about what North Thurston Public Schools are doing, I have with me the Executive Director of Public Relations of North Thurston Public Schools, Courtney Schrieve. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing this for the community.
So how are you coping with everything?
Well, as you can see behind me, I'm at home. So that was the first adjustment, was doing some telework. And personally, it's weird. It's a hard time for everybody, and especially when you've got a district of 15,000 kids that are getting pretty anxious at home from what parents are telling us, and they want to be in school with their friends. So just adjusting and doing a lot of our communications work from home for the district, and trying to figure out what's next, which changes every day.
Yeah, we've been able to work from home, although I am at the station right now, but we have an empty studio and the cameras are being operated remotely, so bare bones.
Yeah.
So schools are closed until April 24th,
Correct.
but you are providing meals. We announced a couple of the elementary schools where you have meal pickups, but you're going to expand that. Is that right?
Yes, actually starting Thursday, which is tomorrow, March 26th. I have to look at the dates. We've added 19 more sites, and that's going to be utilizing our bus drivers as well as our food service workers. So they're kind of in the front lines right now, and we're practicing social distancing. But what we found was we had so many kids that either couldn't walk to school, that it wasn't a walkable distance. So we had the 14 school sites, which will still be open for our district. And then starting tomorrow, we'll have some expanded stops where kids can go. Usually a lot of them are in neighborhoods or at a formal bus stop or at an apartment complex. So we're looking forward to seeing how that goes tomorrow, and we're hoping to reach at least 400 more kids that way.
Excellent. And what about childcare services for people of North Thurston Public Schools?
Childcare right now is, there are still some spots. We're working with local providers because they're the ones that know how to do childcare right. So Lacey Boys and Girls Club, I believe they still have a few spots left. And then our Y-Care is working with a lot of school districts, including ours. And we have 2 sites, Chambers Prairie and Olympic View. And they've told me that they still have spots available. And originally, there was a lot of talk about, oh, this is only for emergency providers and healthcare workers. But now, as we're learning, there's a lot of essential workers out there. So I would encourage anyone that still needs childcare to call either Y-Care or Lacey Boys and Girls Club. And there's also a childcare kind of a search site. If those don't work out, there's one on our website. I don't have it with me, but I think it's Childcare Washington, something like that.
And some of your teachers have put up additional learning resources online. Is that correct? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we just launched yesterday our district-wide online learning resources, and our instructional directors and a team of teachers there's so much out there, and we don't want to just send kids willy-nilly to any website. So they culled through everything and got some really good sites, and they've got everything from like things you can do with your kids at home around music, art, CTE, math, reading. We even have sites for special ed students and ELL, which is second language kids. So while our goal long-term is to do direct, online learning, talking with your teachers, those kind of things, and having assignments, et cetera, for now, because we don't live in a world that's online public schools, we've been getting all of our teachers up on computers, as well as making sure our kids have Chromebooks. Our secondary kids already have computers, middle and high school. We're hoping to get those for our 4th and 5th graders, and then we're still working around what to do with our kindergarten through 3rd graders. But right now there's resources for everybody online, and I think that's what a lot of school districts are doing. It's kind of the next step before we start going to what people would consider online school.
All right, and right now it's just it's not homework. It's more of supplemental, and if parents want to,
Exactly. Exactly. So it's things that they could say, okay, we're going to do an hour of math or 30 minutes of math and 30 minutes of reading a day. Let's go onto the website, and for my 3rd grader, you get to do this, and for my 7th grader, you go do some of this. And parents are learning, kind of how to teach and help guide their kids. And I have heard from several parents that are, some parents are like, thank you so much, we've been waiting for these. And we have other parents are like, can you give us more? We're worried about our kids falling behind, or my kids applying for colleges. How's that going to work? And we don't have all the answers, and we've said that, but we're working, as are a lot of school districts across the state and the country, to try to figure out how to do this and do it right.
Tell me about additional supports and services that you might have.
We have something called a Family Youth Resource Center. It's called the Fire Center, and it's where the old Bally's was. Most people know it as the old Bally's. We acquired that property a while back, and right now it's where the South End Reading Foundation is. And just as an aside, I know they're putting together book bags for kids that people can pick up. But on the other side of that is this resource center where twice a week families can go from our district. It's only for our students who are at risk or have needs, everything from school supplies to homeless backpacks for the weekend, food backpacks, toiletries, clothing. So we've got our hours. It's on Tuesday and Thursday. I don't have the times off the top of my head, but most of our students who need it know it's there, and they've been utilizing that as well.
Okay, well, we're going to let you get back to the things that you need to do. Do you have any final thoughts, any suggestions? I
think just in general, just thank families for their patience with their school districts. This has been a, you can have a plan on paper, but implementing that plan is a challenge, and everybody's working on this. We've got everybody from our custodians are keeping the schools safe and cleaned up for when the kids come back, and we've got the food workers on the front lines serving the meals. So I think just everybody to give each other grace and patience, and hopefully, we can all get back to normal soon.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you so much. Be safe.
If you have any questions or suggestions for something we should cover, send an email to rkam@tcmedia.org. Stay home, stay updated with Thurston Community Media, and stay safe, Thurston County.